Speaking of, here comes the new head basketball
Hey,
coach of the East Palestine Bulldogs, the one and only Jason Ray. Coach, congratulations on getting the East Palestine basketball job. I'm happy for you, my brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate everything that YSN does for me over the last couple of years. It's a pleasure to be a part of the YSN team and to call in today and to be a part of now of the East Palestine community. I was able to go to the street fair last week with DJ and his family and my little family. And so to me, it's a dream come true. I'm from Toronto, Ohio, so to go down to do a smaller town and be able to do this, I'm really thrilled. It means the world to me, my friend.
and we talked about how me and Ron both agree that you're kind of the perfect person to kind of build a culture, and then that's what East Palestine needs. They need a culture. Talk about what some of the things that you'll implement to try to not just to build, wins and losses, but build a winning culture in that East Palestine program.
Well, it's funny you should say the word build because last night Yvonne and I, it's our date, we went down to the high school and we put together my office last night, and across it just says build, build, build. The road to success is always under construction. So we need to reconstruct, reignite, and we're going to get this thing going. So I think there needs to be a renewed sense of toughness, some accountability. And if we can instill that in our players, and my staff can instill that in our players, we're going to be fine. We understand the road that's ahead of us. I understand it. The job starts with me at the top, and I'm going to make that town as proud of me as I can. I'm appreciative that I'm coming back in. I'm going to be able to teach in the district, so I'm going to immerse myself in the culture. And I think once the kids see that myself, and my staff is immersed in the culture, just like YSN is immersed in the East Palestine community, I think that's going to help. We need some stability, and I'm there to stay.
Coach, you've been talking about your staff. Have you already hired the folks that you want to help you with this program?
No comment at this time. we're still process. I'm talking to a couple guys tonight after open gym, so that's still in process. There's somebody that's coming with me, so we're thinking. But again, that all goes through the superintendent, the principal, and I know my place in the food chain, and we'll go from there. They've kind of given me some free reign here, so I'm excited to get on board here and get the kids in tonight at 5 o'clock. I had a meeting with them last week. We're going to have open gym tonight, grades 7 through 12 at the high school from 5 to 7. And I believe, I told DJ 38 to 40 kids at the meeting, so the interest is up. Some new bloods in the program, and I'm excited, and I'm excited to get going. I think you can tell my excitement, and everybody's behind me. The community's been behind me, and I'm ready to get going.
Okay, so we can't get names, which is totally fine. We get it. But when you're building a staff and you're building the people that are going to support you, what kind of attributes are important to you when you're looking at the people that you want by your side? What are the most important things for a staff from your perspective?
Good leadership qualities, the knowledge of the game, and most importantly, good role models. I think that's important. These kids need, not just kids at Palestine, but anywhere, whether it's Youngstown East or East Palestine or Toronto or anywhere, the kids need good role models. And I think if we can do that and we can establish that if I can surround myself with good people and everybody, then once again, then the community starts to get behind us, and there's a lot of really good people in the East Palestine community. So that's my main goal when I'm looking to hire a staff here, is surround myself with good role models and good people and good character guys.
Jason Ray, the new head basketball coach at East Palestine, joining us on the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline. 2 years ago, when your kids, who are soon to be freshmen, were seventh graders, I coached against them when I was at Latonia. Coach, you got some good kids coming up. They play the game hard. They play the game right. But I'm curious about something. Obviously, the game is great on the high school level, but the game and the culture starts kindergarten and all the way through sixth grade. What kind of K through 6 program are you envisioning at East Palestine to get the excitement level started really, really early?
Well, I've already said that if it's not broke, don't fix it. And our 5th and 6th grade program and our youth program is in really good hands with Matt Werner. I've talked to him. We've talked on the phone at length. He runs that program, but he also knows his place. in the chain. Like with me being head basketball coach, he's going to take his stuff from me, so I can put my 2 cents in. So I just think, I'm a big, if you look at Steubenville Big Red and their success with their football program, their Pee Wee leagues run Reno's stuff in 3rd grade. So when they get to 9th grade, when they get to Reno and the high school staff, they already know his offense, his defense, and that's what I would like to do, and get some continuity between the K, whether the 1st grade program or through all the way up through the seniors. We need some continuity of what I'm going to run offensively and defensively, and plus just in teaching the game. I want guys that are able to teach the game at that level. I don't care if you win or lose at that level. I just want to I want excitement, and I want them to be able to learn the game. That way, when we get to them, that was the problem I ran into at East, because if you think about it, there was no youth program. There still was no youth program at all at East High School for baseball. There's no little league in the city of Youngstown. So when I met with the mayor when he was there at one of the ball games, I said he didn't realize there's no youth program. So what I did at East, and the kids were amazing, was nothing short of a miracle, because what the kids did, because they picked up a baseball. Some of them, as when I took it 3-4 years ago, and we had to teach them how to throw a baseball their freshman year. Then we end up at a 500 season their senior year. So that's what I need. So I need these 5th graders to really learn the game. That way they can get to me as a freshman, and when they get to me as a freshman, then they know my system. They know the zone that I run and the principles that I run off that zone in my defense, and then we'll go from there. But the youth program and East Palestine Youth League is in very, very, very good hands. I'm not worried about that absolutely whatsoever.
Talk about the East Palestine community. I mean, you've mentioned how excited you are to get immersed in it. And we saw them. I mean, they celebrate every success, no matter how small it may seem to everyone else. Every success that a team has, they celebrate it. Talk about that and how important it is to keep that up and to celebrate every win, celebrate everything positive that happens in the program.
Yeah, I think you hit on it. I think I don't even need that. You just gave a great answer with your question. Everything positive. Everything's got to stay positive. There's no negative. There's no negative that can be in there. Obviously, negative things happen. The town is starved for a winner. I understand that, and as long as the town gives me a little bit of patience, a little bit of grace, which I'm sure they will, we're going to be fine. Everybody's positive. It's a brand new start. It's a brand new everything. I think they know what I brought to the table at Youngstown East, and I turned that program around. I guarantee I can turn this program around with a little bit of grace, a little bit of patience, some positivity. People get behind me. People not even get behind me. Get behind the program, because we're all part of one. Everybody in that town wears East Palestine Bulldog shirts, just like you wear Toronto Red Knight shirts or Lisbon Blue Devils shirts or South Range, whatever it is. I want everybody to be a part of this culture. This has got to be a culture. This has got to be a total transition shift for the entire community, and get behind these kids.
And you get to take on some really good rivals in the EOAC. You've got Lisbon, you got Latonia, Columbiana, United, Southern. You make a trip back to Youngstown to play Youngstown Christian, and we can't forget about Southern and Wellsville as well. I mean, it's a fun league. What do you know about the EOAC, Coach?
Well, Coach Hawks does a great job at Lisbon. Coach Johnson does a great job at Columbiana, even the girls program over there with Coach Chrisman. So I know a lot of it'll be nice. Buggy Thompson is one of my best friends in the world at Wellsville. Buggy and I have been in constant communication through this whole process. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the grind in Columbiana County. It is a transition for me. It's kind of where I got my start. I'm excited. We actually are playing, and it was exciting. We are actually playing Edison, where my dad was the former principal, and he was the old Stanton High School. You would remember that. You've been around a long time, Ron.
Oh, good Lord. Let me tell you something. Stanton, I think people in Latonia, our football team is now outlawed, or was outlawed back then. You remember Stanton used to have the swimming pool?
Yep, I trained. I learned how to swim in that pool, Ron.
Okay, our football team beat Stanton, and the football team decided to jump in, cleats and everything, into the swimming pool. Let's just say their superintendent was a little irritated with the Latonia program.
I remember that story. My dad was the principal of the high school at the time. I was the ball boy. I remember that time. So we get to play Edison this year. But what's great, in the Todd Calaboda Classic in Toronto, in my hometown. Todd passed away a few years back, was a coach in Toronto. So I get to go and bring my team to my hometown to honor him in the Calaboda Showcase over Christmas. This couldn't have play it out any better for me, Ron. And I'm so excited to play Edison. We get in an EOC to go back down to Southern and that old school gym, and it's fun. I'm looking forward to it. Valley Christian, obviously, Dolph does a tremendous job there. I know them very well and what they bring to the table. Everything that they're good. We open with Badger, and we open on the road with Badger and Matthews. Our home opener, right off the rip, I got the Struthers Wildcats coming to East Palestine in my home opener. So I got my work cut out for me.
Good God, Coach! I mean that's a heavyweight schedule for the first 3 games.
Yeah, Badger. I believe it's Badger, Matthews, and then Struthers. First 2 on the road, then it does lighten up a little bit. But when you're 0-22, nothing's really light. We're going to do the things the right way, and we're going to bring this thing along, and it starts tonight. And I can't wait to get down there. So I went down last night with Yvonne, and we got some things done. The office is all done. We're excited to be there. We're excited to be in the community. We went to the street fair. We're really excited to do all this. And I just hope that the town, I want to put a product out, and I want the kids to put a product out that the town can be proud of. And I'm excited to be here. To me, it's a dream job. And before you let me go here, whatever, I do want to say thank you so much to my players at Youngstown East High School. My players at Youngstown East High School gave me everything for 4 years. They gave me everything they could possibly give me. And because they gave me everything they could possibly give me, it's probably why I have this job opportunity right now. If they don't buy into my system and buy into what I'm doing, I'm probably not talking to you right now, fellas. So I want to send my kudos out to my kids at Youngstown East. We had a 100% graduation rate, including the valedictorian of the class this year. So the system works if you buy in. Does it have to be tweaked a little bit? Probably, absolutely, to your personnel. I understand it. But the core values are going to stay the same. So I really want to say thank you to Youngstown East, the Golden Bears, and the Golden Bears community. Talked to a lot of them this morning before I resigned. I resigned this morning, and it was an easy, obviously, because it's tough. I could have actually probably stayed as the baseball coach, but Michael Rome, who is a Lisbon guy, is going to stay on the staff. Who was on my staff. He'll continue as the head baseball coach at Youngstown East and continue the tradition there that we've built. And continue on that. So I'm very thank you to the community members at Youngstown City, guys that came, and DJ will tell you, DJ Yoakley, Dr. Raymond Duffett, Morby Sports, Mayor Tito Brown, all those guys, Dana Bausch and WFMJ is phenomenal. I talked to Dana a little bit ago. All these guys are classy individuals, including yourself, who talked to me, when we've umpired or whatever together. But thank you to everybody in the Youngstown East community for what I was able to accomplish in the last 4 years. I'm totally humbled, and I'm totally indebted to them.
I love that you brought up that you talked to them before you officially resigned, and you had that conversation with them, because a lot of not a lot of coaches, but some coaches might not make that decision and might avoid that hard conversation. How important was it to you to have that conversation with the kids that you coached for 4 years and to be able to share that moment with them and to be able to tell them face to face that that you weren't going to be there next year?
Well, the key with, and I'll be honest with you again, mobile honest with you, the key with that is with Youngstown. Every Youngstown was all spread around. The kids were all spread around us. So we had a conversation via the group chat on our text messages. We had a group chat. We had a talk. The one thing about this, if I was going to go, it's a good time to go. I had 10 seniors. I had 13 kids, and 10 of them were seniors. So I did talk to the 3 kids individually that were coming back. And then it was kind of difficult to not, because they haven't been in school in 2 years. So that's why Romy's got his work cut out for him to get into the schools and get some of these younger kids into the junior high. And I know that Kevin Kyler, who's very, very close to me, the basketball coach at East, he's going to be on them to get in the program. But to have that conversation with those couple underclassmen was difficult. They understood. They gave me their stamp of approval. The same thing with the seniors. They were all very excited for me. A couple of them played in the All-Star game the other day. One of my players is playing in the YSN All-Star game this Sunday. So to do this last ride with them, they were very appreciative. It was great to talk to them. I didn't want them to see it on the news. I didn't want them to see it on YSN. I didn't want to see them on any news station until they knew that I was considering taking this job. But until they had an idea, but until the board approved, I didn't want to say anything because that I want to give the respect to the superintendent and the principal and the AD at Palestine, as well as the school board, and I appreciate their vote of confidence. And now that it's out there, we're excited to get going tonight.
Coach, I couldn't be happier for you, and I'll tell you, you're the perfect hire for this position. And like I said before, you got a pretty decent freshman class to work with, and a bunch of kids that are hungry as hell. Because I know the offer did not sit well for any of those kids last year. You've got some hungry kids at Palestine, ready to have some fun.
Thank you. I appreciate again. And if you guys just joined us, we are 5 to 7 tonight. I'm also going to add an open gym starting next week. We're going to go double sessions on Thursdays and a morning session on Friday. That way, if anybody does play baseball on Thursday night, they can come to open gym on Friday morning. So that's how I'm going to do this. So there's no excuses. Well, I have baseball, I have this, and I will tell everybody right now, I'm a big proponent. Everybody plays every sport. It's a small town. I will never just say you play one sport. I don't like that. Everybody's for everybody. We all wear the same jersey. We're all from the same town, and I can't wait to get going. Last night was so exciting to get the office ready. I'm really excited just to look. I took a moment last night with Yvonne and took a breath and looked around because I said, well, it'll never be this quiet in this gym again, ever. And starting tomorrow night, and we kind of got a laugh out of it. But I enjoyed the moment last night, which sometimes I don't do over the years. And I enjoyed the moment. I enjoyed the conversation with you guys today. All business starting tonight, so thank you very much, and I appreciate YSN. And I still can't wait to be the voice of the Steel Valley these for Friday nights in football, doing Steel Valley football for YSN as a play-by-play guy with my new color guy Kevin Kyler. I'm thrilled, and thank you to YSN. I'll be around the office. I appreciate it.
Hey, congratulations, and look forward to seeing your team play. And take it easy on my alma mater, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks, sir.
All right, see ya. Jason Ray, the new head basketball coach at East Palestine High School.